Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. Alright guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I am a licensed mental health and addictions therapist based out of North Carolina, and I specialize in financial therapy, which is all about helping you heal and understand your relationship with money. But on this channel, y'all, talk about my own journey, my own personal finances, my own journey towards entrepreneurship and building wealth and all that good stuff. So, just so you know, I'm not a financial expert or advisor or anything like that. I just share my own journey. So yeah, I wanted to do a quick video before I get started with work today. I have some sessions, actually a day full of sessions scheduled, but I wanted to make sure I check in with you guys because yesterday was my second full month self-employed, 100% self-employed. And I told you guys I was going to bring you along this journey and give you the insights, the behind the scenes, all that, about what I'm doing and how this is going for me as I go through. Because you guys saw me transition out literally the weeks following or leading up to, resigning and leaving my job. You guys, I was sharing this with you, and so here I am 2 months in. So I want to share this, and I truly believe that it's going to get better and better with time, but this is not like this perfect process. And I think that there's a lot of people that are either entertaining the idea of leaving their job, or they have been forced into it, self-employment, because they don't have a job or they've been laid off or whatever. And now they're like, okay, do I try to keep applying for these jobs in this corporate America space that don't necessarily want me there, clearly, or do I just try to lean into this self-employment opportunity or option, right? So let's talk about it. And I have these questions, these ideas in front of me, but I haven't even answered them before this video, so I'm going to answer these and talk through this in real time in less than 10 minutes. 8 more minutes. All right, so hang with me. All right, first one is what's actually been working. I would say, having a schedule. I've always been a person who had a schedule. I've always created a schedule, whether I was working in a hospital or outpatient therapy, whatever. I've always had my own schedule, whether it was like, okay, these are my personal things that I need to get done this day, and then, okay, I have the X amount of clients to see. I need to do this paperwork, send these emails, film this video, upload this video today, respond to this, X, Y, and Z. Like, I've always, make time to update my budget book today and pay these bills. I've always had a schedule and structure. And so that's definitely what's working. Because I had that flow and those systems in place. And I already knew that it was going to be even more imperative to have that in place as an entrepreneur. Okay, well, my last session for the day got rescheduled, so that's good. So I can go get my nails and toes done. And live, y'all, live, okay? But anyway, we'll talk about that too in a minute. So having that structure and that schedule in place that definitely helps me for sure. I would also say coming in with a budget, knowing what my bills, my monthly expenses are, knowing what I absolutely need to survive, and already having my debt, like the basic commercial debts already paid off. That has helped me so much, y'all. Y'all don't understand, because my basic expenses are every month. Like, if I didn't have anything, like bare is like $1,200, $1,500 at the most, but literally $1,200 could do it. So keep that in mind. That's not obviously not counting my mortgage, but like my basic expenses without my mortgage, that's what that would be. What's been harder than expected? I would say, I work with a couple platforms, and I would say the payout timelines for some of that stuff has been a little bit harder than expected, because it's not like I'll get paid to my payout to my business account, but that's not the day that it actually hits my personal account, because I have to go in and okay, I'm paying myself this amount, put this amount in taxes, this amount in my profit account, this amount in my operational account, and then I have to basically create a transfer to myself, my own personal payout. So then technically the day that I get paid or compensated for the work that I've done is not the day I actually get paid. So stuff like that. And sometimes it fluctuates. And so it's a little different than if you work a regular 9-to-5 job, you get paid in your one payout, like one bank account. If that makes sense. So I guess that's been harder than expected, but it's not a huge issue. I can't really think of anything because things have been flowing pretty well. Like, honestly, I can't even think of anything because everything I've already kind of been prepared for. And this is not my first rodeo in terms of being self-employed. And I've already worked as a contractor before. I was just doing it full time. I haven't really had too much anxiety around money and stuff like that either. Like, I think that's probably the biggest thing, honestly, for me. Okay. The emotional and financial reality of entrepreneurship. Let's talk about that for a second. If you're going to work as a contractor, to some degree, you're still obligated to somebody. If that makes sense. They're still setting your rates, essentially. So I have two sides of my world financially in terms of my business. I have the contract world, and I have my own practice that's like literally in my own business name. If that makes sense. But I still get paid out. Like, my contracts go to my business. They pay out my business. So it's still, in business-wise, is that way. But working for platforms, I'm still like a 1099 contractor of X, Y, and Z company. Technically, my own company contracts with, but you know what I'm saying. So you kind of have to still deal with their rates, how much they want to pay you, and then based on that number, be like, okay, I'm trying to make $1,100 a week from this one platform or X, Y. So you kind of just do the math and work backwards from there. So kind of still having that level of control. I think ultimately for me, I want to be strictly through my own business, cash pay, whatever. But that's not where I'm at right now. I'm like, listen, you got the clients and you need me to see them. Let's work together. I'm not trying to go against big tech marketing. They got the dollars for all that stuff. Me, I'm building my brand. Eventually, I know that I have people who will be like, hey, I'll pay you $500 a session. Just meet with me because I have all this money I just came into and I need your help. And you're like the go-to. You're the GOAT at this. That's where I'm going to be at. But I'm not worried about that kind of stuff right now. Like, that's 40 plus if I want to even still do this. So, and also I would say the other thing is, the teaching stuff was not expected. I didn't expect to go into start back teaching again, but I realized, like, honestly, I need that. Like, that's a good thing for me to do for like a level of stability, because I know how many classes I'm going to be teaching. I mean, that could change depending on students in the classes, that whatever. But I get a contract that I signed with the university to pay me X, Y, and Z amount per class that I teach, which is between $4,500 to $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Depends, right? Per class. So if I teach like 3 classes that semester, y'all do the math. That's over 10K. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I didn't expect that actually would be like this thing that would come through for me, because it creates a level of stability that can help me really fund my savings account faster. So I'm tapping into all my skills. And I had told myself last year I was not going to go back to teaching. So that's another financial reality of entrepreneurship. Some things you say you're not going to do, or you're taking off the table, if you want to scale your business or hit your revenue goals, your financial goals, you might have to do that, because honestly, that takes the place of me seeing about 4 or 5 clients. Really, like, and I only got to teach like an hour and a half, like 90 minutes a week for that one class. Do you see what I'm saying? Obviously grading and stuff too, but whatever. Moments that I've questioned my decision, definitely not happened. There has not been a time. I actually, TMI maybe for some of y'all, but I'm a woman, and y'all be for real. I was on that time of the month, a week ago, I guess, and I remember sitting on the couch. I didn't have any clients at that time, that day specifically, but I remember sitting on the couch with my laptop, and I just remember like having my blanket on me, had my notebooks and pad and stuff beside me, and my laptop on my lap, under my blanket in the living room, watching Netflix or whatever, or I think I'm watching some YouTube videos. And I was just doing some work, and I just thought, wow, like, this is such a privilege. Like, I'm still working. I'm like thinking of YouTube content, or prepping some stuff for my clients that I was getting ready to see like that next day, whatever. And I just thought, like, this is perfect, because in any other world, the the W-2 world, I would have to be in the office right now because it's Tuesday and I'm got to be in even if I don't have any clients that day or whatever. I still got to be sitting in this office. Instead, I'm taking care of myself. I'm allowing my body to rest because it's human nature. It is time at that time of the month. And I'm still working. I'm still making moves in my business, but I'm doing it from the luxury of my couch. Like, y'all. And people are obviously watching my videos. So I'm still making money. Even though I'm not seeing clients right now, I'm still making money. Like, it just felt so amazing to me. It was such a blessing. And I knew in that moment, I was like, thank you, God. And I also knew that, like, I had put in the work to get to this point, to be able to do that and have that as a luxury. And some people think about the money side of being an entrepreneur and self-employed. But it's not always just about the money. It's the time freedom. It's the flexibility, the ability to make different choices in your life, to live the life that you need, to take care of you. And as someone with an autoimmune disease, that's even more important for me. Like, I genuinely appreciate that and I'm grateful for that. I guess the last thing is what I'm focused on moving forward, making this money and serving as many clients as possible. Like, literally, that's how I feel. It is like I just met with my provider coordinator for a new platform I'm working with. It's amazing. I'm actually helping first responders, and like I'm not gonna go in detail, but like something I've always wanted to do. And so I get to create my own schedule. Of course, I'm a contractor with them. But this feels so good. So I know that every time I meet with one of these clients, I'm helping them and their families. And I get to make money and work till my own revenue goes for that month. Like, it's just a win-win, y'all. I just love, love, love it. And if I don't want to work that day or if I want to take 2 weeks off, I can just shut my schedule down. I ain't got to call nobody, answer to nobody, none of that. So, like, y'all, I just feel like this is the best thing that could ever happen to me. And I know I'm going to have ups and downs and all that, but I set revenue goals. I'm like, okay, I need this amount for my household bills, this amount for my mortgage, this for my savings, this. Listen, and I don't have to work every day. I have like 3 or 4 sessions today, but they're like spaced out. So in between, I'm downstairs watching YouTube or Netflix or checking in with my kids. Like, listen, I just love, or filming content, making money a different way and helping people in a different way. I just love it. But again, it's not all great. There are things that happen, right? And I'm going to share those with y'all as they happen. So anyway, I hope you like this video. If you do, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys for the next, 3-month check-in. All right. See you soon.